Today at the bins has been nuts. This is just some of what I've found. This is the little stuff. Like, I've been finding stuff that I've been wanting one of these for my shelf for a long time. It's just sitting in the bins, and this isn't even half of it. If you want to see some crazy Goodwill bins finds, just stick around. What's up, everybody? Tindo here. With me, I've got Hannah. I can't do it. I don't know how she does that. But listen, guys, we've got two things to talk about before we get started today. Number one, today's video is awesome. What you're about to watch is probably one of my favorite episodes we've ever shot. It's just wild. So stick around to the end and check out some of the most wild stuff we've ever bought. The second thing I want to talk about today is that today's a special day because tonight, today, if you're watching this video when it was posted, the day of, we're starting our live podcast. So what I want you guys to do is set your calendars, set an alarm for tonight at 6 o'clock Eastern time. So in New York, if it's 6 o'clock, we'll be going live. We're going to be doing a weekly podcast from now on. And I think it would be good. Come by and hang out, ask some questions. It'll be all about chatting about what's going on in the channel. We'll talk a little bit about current events, not a ton, nothing heavy. And then once we really get into the groove, doing our weekly live podcast, we'll make it a lot more like our Tindo show. If you've watched any of our episodes of the Tindo show, it's going to be a lot like that. It's going to be a good time. We're going to do random stuff every week. There'll always be a new reason to come back and hang out with us live on Tuesday nights, 6 p.m. Eastern time. So stick around for this video and then set an alarm. Come back 6 p.m. Eastern time and hang out with us then. That was a really bad send-off. Let me try it again. Here we go. Is that good?
I mean, weak, but fine.
Let's go! Well, I'm gonna go eat salad for breakfast because I'm an adult. She's gonna eat chicken fingers for breakfast because she's a grown adult too who can do what she wants.
Exactly.
So eating salads at 10:13 in the morning, not my favorite part of adulthood, but the thing that makes them really good is the grilled chicken nuggies. Highly recommend. So we're rolling on our way to the clearance center, and I realized how tremendously out of gas I was, so stopped at the gas station so I don't have to push my van to the Goodwill bins. Wouldn't that look funny? Your boy, jean jacket and all, just pushing this very heavy van down the road. How much is gas per gallon right now? Gas is almost exactly $3 a gallon right now. It would cost probably $115 to fill this thing up. Sucks. I love having all this room, especially since we do so much thrifting and a good bit of like furniture resale. It's nice to have. But anytime I gotta drive like a couple cities over on a full tank of gas, it hurts. It hurts a lot. Ice cream though. Chicken, mushrooms. Am I blind? It's the glasses. That's a taco. I just pointed at that taco and said, ice cream. I guess I need glasses too. What a weird day. Blind man in jean jacket pushes van uphill. So I was talking to the camera and I put $36 in it. I meant to only put 25. It's hard to exist and breathe and film and pump gas at the same time. That's the lesson I learned today.
I don't know about this one. It's got a
like a different tag on it. I mean, this is a brand that does do some cartoon stuff, but it's not like a Looney Tunes tag, so it is kind of questionable, and it's Christmas specific, but it's exactly the kind of thing I would want to pick up if it wasn't Christmas specific.
So look at this. It's been a while, but on the channel, look at this, I dug this out. It's been a little while, but on the channel, I've talked a bunch about wanting to have a yellow gumball machine to put my dice collection in. And I just dug out all the parts to one. I don't know if it's all gonna go back together, but it's all there. Huh?
You got the top too, right?
Yeah, it's all here. There's a nut missing that holds the top part on, and there's no base, but a base screws into there.
I probably had a key top.
Probably a lock. Yeah, I probably had a lock right in there, but I dug it all out of there. This is gonna go on top of my yellow bookshelves with my dice collection in it. Good find.
I found this little Eeyore backpack. It's really cute. It's from Disneyland, and look, his tail pops up.
If today at the bins hasn't already been crazy enough, look at here. There is a Xbox original breakaway cable and a bunch of GoPro accessories, and they're all good stuff that I need. This adapts a GoPro mount to a regular tripod screw, and I could never find enough of these. I don't like ordering them off Amazon because they're a bit expensive, but here's a handful of them. Score.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Poker. It's all stuff I have, but I bet they're empty. Yep, empty, empty. That one's there. And poker's there. You look like a big bottle of mustard.
It's so pretty.
All right, I've got a challenge for you. See all these bracelets? See how many of them you can get on. And go. I bet I can't get any of them on. Ooh, that's tight.
These little plastic ones are pretty easy.
These are so tight. They're so tight.
Ooh, these are those like 90s ones that
Yeah, I remember.
had like special meanings, and the black
It
ones
was
were.
not the 90s, but yes, they are.
Was it the 2000s?
Yes.
Oh.
I was well into high school. Special meetings.
I don't know if I'll be able to get that one off. I'm scared. Oh, this is way too small. No.
That's like a shower curtain ring. Dibs, bruh.
You
Bet
cute.
me I won't wear that.
Live strong bracelets.
You're winning because I'm so big.
You just can't put them on your hand. Oh.
Look at you.
My hand's getting red.
I can't. Jeez, these are so small.
They are. They're kid size. There you go.
I'm losing circulation.
Does it count if it's just on my hand?
I can't let. Here, see if we can get this on. It's beautiful.
I'm so pretty.
Here, will you marry someone?
No.
Which one's your left hand? That's your right. Wifey.
Forced marriage.
Yeah, I can't get those on. These are hurting me. All right, you win. All right, and the back's open. Let's go. Run.
Oh no!
Wow, they've changed a lot of stuff back here. They built a new wall, I guess. Oh, no. Yes. It's mine. No way. Find of the day.
Woo,
What?
go.
What? Today has been crazy. Little puppet. Can't get my hand in it though. Bro, I'm so stoked right now.
It's stepped on it.
Can't snap though. This is wild. Look at all those bracelets. She can't get them off. Man, I wish that was in there. I could use an extra 8 terabytes. Man, more puppets. I feel like I should be buying these. So I got some puppets out of here earlier. Look, there's another one. I keep seeing more. All right, well, my hand doesn't fit, but it's legit lamb chop.
This is the song that doesn't end.
All right, well, that's going on the shelf too. But I feel like I should really dig in here, make sure there's no more puppets. I've got a thing with puppets. It's complicated. It'll all make sense one day. You've probably seen me buy some puppets on the channel if you've watched the channel a bunch. And I haven't really done anything with them except for maybe throwing them in an episode of our Kendo show or something like that. But I got a big master plan. Oh, there's another one. I'm gonna have a little army of these guys. We're gonna leave with so much today, it's stupid. I'm glad we drove the van because we would have filled the car up. All right, that might be it, but I like have nightmares about leaving puppets behind. That's so loud.
Well, this is weird. Beaker tubes with a gun etched on it.
Well, and it says Barb. What is it? Weird. There's a shark.
Ah!
All right, I'm not gonna buy this. I want to start out by saying I'm not gonna buy this, though I really still kind of want to. Does anybody recognize what this is? This is one of those portable PlayStation, Xbox things that you take traveling with you. There's supposed to be a screen right here, and then your Xbox or PlayStation straps down here. It still has its power cord. It still has the accessories, Velcro pouches. It's just obviously missing the monitor. I'm still considering getting it because it would be very easy to get a smaller monitor in here that's 12 volts that would plug into a car or something and replace this with it. But I already had plans to do a video one of these days where I was going to take a custom built case, put a monitor in the lid, put little consoles in the bottom. And I'm kind of like, I'm torn because I could just use this, but I kind of like the idea of making a custom case better. I don't know. I'm really not decided yet if I should buy it. It would be super dope if the screen was still in there, but if this does pop out, there's so much room in there still for an aftermarket screen. This isn't entirely necessary. Tough decisions. Tough decisions have to be made. So here's a copy of Battlefield. Cool. And then RIP, where's your hands? That's a bummer. That would have been cool on the Ninja Turtle show. All right, we got a lot, and we're not going to talk about all of it right now. But I got a backpack full of goodies. Eeyore. A box full of goodies. And then something that's almost a grail, if you will. So hype about the yellow gumball machine. Like, what? I know some of you are going to remember me talking about having a yellow gumball machine a few times on the vlog now. But let's go do some other stuff. And a little bit later today, we'll sit at the house and talk about why we bought all this nonsense. Van, yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, I like it quite a bit.
Are you building it out?
Yeah. Dude, I bought it from a dude up in Flagstaff for $1,500.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude.
All right, we are going to a Savers next. This Savers is not terribly far from the bins, and it is half off Monday, so we're hoping for some deals. What are you hoping for?
This place always has really good jeans, so looking for some jeans.
Nice glasses, by the way.
Hey, thanks.
So this particular Savers has been really iffy for games lately because there's always this little stash over here. There's nothing there I want. So look at these PSP UMDs, $10 a piece. I mean, half off, they're cheaper, but I don't want to pay that anyways. Then a bunch of Legos, an inbox. I haven't seen one of those inbox before. That's crazy. I should probably think about that one.
There's always so many rows of jeans here. It's kind of crazy. Goodwill doesn't have this many jeans, but Savers always has this many jeans. Not that There's two pair, but they're like $18 a piece. Even on half off, they're not worth that much. You might notice that like I don't really pick through every single pair of jeans. I kind of just glance at it all and grab ones that I think look interesting. It's because most of the time you can tell if something's 100% cotton or if it has a ton of spandex in it. And I don't really need to grab each individual pair. if I do have a question about it, I do kind of just feel it and see how it feels. All they had in the jeans were just these pair of tan Rockies. I still am on the fence about them because they are the tan ones and they don't really sell very well when they're the tan ones. But I did just sell a pair of them not too long ago, so I might just go ahead and take the leap for $5. Not too mad about it.
Hannah, come here. So what I just found, I think might actually be considered a grail. I've said that once on today's video, but there's a twist. All right, you guys all know my saga with the blue Wii. I finally ended up only getting one because a buddy of mine gave it to me for Christmas, which is super awesome, but I finally found one in the Thrift. It's $2.
What?
It's $1.99. It's half off day. I'm getting a blue Wii for $1. I might as well just quit thrifting forever.
Look at all these dog beds. You get a dog bed, you get a dog bed, you get a dog bed, everybody gets a dog bed.
Here is a whole set of, is that Wii peripherals or Switch? I think it's Switch peripherals. Don't really need that. Look at this. All GoPro accessories for a much older GoPro that I have, but some of it is still compatible. Yeah, how much is this? $1.50. Done.
All right, time to take a peek through the shoes. I really want to go find the boot section because I love finding boots at the retail. Shoes tend to resell a little bit better, so I can kind of spend a little bit more money on them because they'll sell a little faster, but I am just looking for some really awesome boots or some just really interesting sneakers. Vintage heels maybe? These are kind of cool. Rinaldi. I really love the 80s style with all the color blocking and the really fun like neons that happen. These are kind of interesting because they have that square heel on the bottom. Well, they're oblong but rectangular. So they could be a little bit more fashionable now, but I think I'll pass on them. How did this happen?
All right, this is wild. This is just wild. I'm glad I left the house today. Hannah, look at all this stuff. All right, let's go ahead and see if this projector works. It's not an HDMI projector, but all right. Power's on, there's a fan. Does she light up? All right, okay. There's something. Focus is pretty good. It's pretty bright too for how bright it is in here. It looks rainbow on this camera, but it does not look like that in real life. It's only gonna cost me $3.50. I'm down. Oh yeah, we're playing the Super Nintendo on the wall today, boys and girls. You coming?
I'm here.
All right, so we're at another Savers. It's just half off Monday. We can't really stop ourselves. So today's probably gonna end up being a long video, not only because are we going to these other Savers, but then we've just got so much stuff to talk about that we've bought. But maybe we'll find another $2 Wii here.
That'd be crazy.
I'm just, my head's spinning about that $2 Wii.
It was only $1 after half off.
It's just wild. So I can't go straight to the video games because there's so many people over there right now. I guess I'll just check the electronics first. But they've moved this electronics area around quite a bit. It's quite a bit different. There's so many Wii peripherals. I just don't really like buying this stuff unless it's complete in box. Sweatsuit. Oh, do you guys know what I thought this was? You got to know exactly what I thought that was. I thought that there was a ring fit. I mean, it essentially is. You could.
Before I walk away from the mug section, I never thought I would see this in my life, so I need to share this. It's a Shania Twain mug. Okay.
Ooh. We'll buy. Look at all that. I've said a million times on the channel how I'm not trying to collect DVD, but Kathy from Indiana, if you watched the episode the other day, sent me like half of this series, so now I gotta buy the rest. Thanks, Kathy. Yeah, there's just too much to look at. Look at this thing. You can plug it up in your car. It's a TV. It does look like an oscilloscope though. There she goes. Look at that.
The shoe section of Savers on Half Off Day is always bananas, so it's really hard for me to get through here. The boots are kind of open though, so yay. Some Yeezy looking shoes. Half the time it's not even worth trying to get down the aisle. I'm just like, whatever. I'm not trying to fight that. I don't know what it is about me, but I just really like vintage canisters. And like, there's just something about them. I think they're really cute.
Thank you.
This might be the smallest bowl to my yellow set. It doesn't look in great shape, but I really wasn't expecting to find another one. I have to get this. It's $5.99, so $3. Sold.
All right, what'd you find?
So, yellow, then red. No, then green, then red, then blue.
Oh, so you got the little one.
I have the little one.
So now we've got the biggest and the littlest one.
This one looks kind of bad. It's supposed to be a more solid color, but it's still one of those bowls. So
Yeah, I wonder why it's discolored.
just someone used the absolute hell out of it.
Put it in a rather aggressive wash cycle.
What is it for?
I'm kind of mad at myself right now because the other day on an episode, a lot of you might remember, I passed up on some very specific Marvel related cards, superhero cards. And I collected them a little bit when I was a kid. Of course, I don't still have them, but it was a big bag last time. And now I'm finding more of them at other thrift stores. And I'm just, should have bought them. Could have had a whole big set now. But that's how it goes. You
don't need to start another rabbit hole.
I know, I don't need another thing to collect. All right, we're rolling up to a Deseret Industries now, and I say this on every video. Deseret Industries is my favorite thrift store, but out of the 3 Deseret Industries in town, this one is by far my favorite. It never lets me down. I always leave with great stuff, and I don't expect today to be any different. So, Deseret Industries?
Let's go.
I don't know if it's like this where you live, but all the thrift stores in Phoenix all have like perfume sprayed in the store, and all the thrift stores smell like very specific to that thrift store, and it's quite nice. Fun fact about me, I really love elephants, and look at this elephant. She's so pretty. All right, let's check out some vintage dishware. Don't get me wrong, I like DI a lot. I think it's a really cool thrift store, and they do have some good stuff every once in a while, but having to walk in circles with these jeans makes me so dizzy, and it's time to do it. I gotta walk in a circle the other way. Already dizzy.
We're sitting here looking at these Sims 2 games. It's kind of funny because we have the whole set now. Hannah told me the other day, I want to play some Sims 2. So I said, I'll go thrifting. I went thrifting for a couple days, found the whole set quick. There's always tons of them around here. And I've been told a few times that the resale value can be quite good. And I was just sitting here looking on eBay, and the resale value is okay. And I'm kind of torn about where the resale value is at, because I have a pretty hard, fast rule for what I do resell when it comes to gaming. And basically the threshold for how much I can flip it, I set my threshold really high. I don't want to buy something for $5 and sell it for $15. That's not enough. That sounds good, and to a lot of people that's going to be good, and that's fine if that's good for you, especially if you do high volume. If you do high volume stuff, that's good. Tripling your money is great. But my threshold is, I want to spend $1, I want to make 50, I want to make 100. I know that's ridiculous, that's quite high, but seriously, that's worked for us so far. I mean, you have to have imagined by now that we're spending a lot of money doing this much thrifting and making these videos every day, and we are, but it's because we've set our threshold so high. We come buy a $2 pair of jeans, we flip the jeans for you know, 25, 35, 40, 50 bucks. So I'm sitting here torn right in the middle right now. Do I waste the time that it's going to take to resell these? And that brings up an important point, what I'm talking about. Time is the most important thing. If I buy something for $5 and only sell it for 15, and it's an hour's worth of work, posting it, packaging it, getting it shipped, I've not made any money. I've lost money as far as I'm concerned because I value my time a lot higher, much, much higher. And if you're thinking about getting into reselling and you want some advice from me, that would be my biggest advice. Value your time above everything else, and I promise you, you won't make bad decisions about what to buy in order to resell. If the profit's not big enough to take the time to post it, to list it, to sell it, and to wrap it, whatever you've got to do to it, if you've got to work on it or repair it, if the dollar amount's not in there time-wise, don't do it. Don't mess with it. And that's where I'm at with these. Are these worth my time? I just don't know yet. I'm going to keep looking them up on eBay, so you guys hang out. See, like, Sims 2 Nightlife trending at $1.86. That one, you know, and I think that's here. Wasn't it? No. Yeah, Nightlife. See, like, that one's trending at $1, which is like, no thank you.
Yeah.
But the actual Sims 2 one itself, like this one you can get, where's it go? Where is that? This one you can get for $5. So again, it's no. It's not worth anybody's time. But I'm kind of curious if the main title one can go for a couple bucks. And I mean, it's such a mess on eBay. It's hard to tell. I'm looking at stuff that is sold. I'm looking up eBay stuff and only things that have sold in the last couple of days. And everything that has actually sold is pretty low. Whereas if you go on eBay right now and you type in Sims 2, you see all kinds of stuff for sale for 20, 30 bucks. And a lot of people make a huge mistake on eBay that way. They think, oh, it's on eBay for 30 bucks. It's worth 30 bucks. That is not the case. Okay. Because here's a copy of Sims 2 Glamour Life that actually sold today. Where's it at? So this right here has sold for $4.50. You see that? That is a sold listing. Now, if we go look on eBay for Glamour Life Sims 2, just a regular search, we're going to see it priced as high as 15 bucks. So a mistake a lot of people do when they will go to resell stuff, they'll look this up on eBay, they'll sell 15 bucks, $2, $15. That's a great threshold. That's a great ratio of sale price to buy price. I'm going to get it. And then they're going to post it for $15 and everyone else is going to buy that $1.50 copy. A lot of you watching are going to know this. I understand that. My real intent to explain this to you really comes from a place of there's so many people that comment so constantly, and it doesn't bother me, but I think there's a good number of people that comment prematurely on, oh, you should have bought that to resell it. And they're not factoring in how much time it's going to take. And also, sometimes I really see people making mistakes in my comments, thinking things are way more valuable than they are because they say that. And I go, well, crap, maybe I made a mistake, you know, because I'm not above making mistakes. I understand that. But I'll go look it up on eBay and how much it's actually sold for. And the last 10 have sold for $2 and you're telling me it's reselling for 20. It's all a learning curve for me just as much as it is for the rest of you guys. But anybody that's watching that might really want some tips on reselling, there's some tips. These don't look like they're worth it. They're all actually selling for $5. And it's just not gonna, I don't know, maybe I didn't look up the main one, but I'll look that up in a second. Right now I need to decide what of this I'm gonna buy because there's a lot of good stuff here. Look at all these PlayStation 1 games. A Bug's Life. Let's go. Snowblind. If there's any of these games here that you think I should play, let me know in the comments below because some of them look good. I mean, I know all about Cool Borders, but Cool Borders 1 and 2 is here, and 2 is Greatest Hits, which I don't have, so I'll buy that. Yeah, I'm not going to buy the DS game, but I'm going to buy the rest of this. I'm going to dig through these glasses real quick. I think you already know what I'm looking for. I was about to say, they're guaranteed to be a pair. What's up? Let's go. I've got like 5 pairs I can paint now. It's wild. Can't believe there was 2. It's the first time I've found 2 pair at a thrift store.
Oh,
You like?
much better.
I'll take these now.
It's pretty windy out here, so if the audio sounds bad, I apologize. But finding these glasses is always super dope because I'm gonna paint a bunch of custom pairs.
Can we match today?
Oh, you wanna both wear pink?
Yeah!
All right, I'm into it. I'm not scared. Kind of mad I don't have my pink shorts on though. Here, you can take the dirty ones. Those are real dirty. I'm not putting those on my eyeball. Should I leave the 75-cent sticker on or take it off? Does it say 75 cents?
Yours is $1.
Oh, okay, yours says 75 cents. I would leave it on there, but if I close my right eye, I can't see anything and I need to drive, so. But we got a bunch of dope stuff in there, a bunch of PlayStation 1 games. Can't wait to talk about all the PlayStation 1 games I got. We're on to another Savers today. Is that 3 Savers?
Yeah!
Man, it's getting windy. Is my hair blowing in the wind? All right, let's check this Savers out. This is a Savers I usually have a lot of luck with. If it tops that last desert stop, then we're just gonna have had the best thrifting day ever. What's a better title? The best thrift haul ever. The biggest thrift haul ever. Not clickbait. All right, there's nowhere near as many video games here as usual. I don't see anything that I need, but I'm curious about that Final Fantasy 11 box in there. We should probably look at that at least.
I vowed I would never pass up another Steve Madden item for myself because I just really like Steve Madden's shoes, but these are just really not my style at all. But I really do appreciate them. I think they're cute for someone else. So congrats whoever is the proud owner of these shoes. Bandana!
What'd you get?
I found you something.
Let me see it. That is the best bandana I've ever seen. How much is it? It's gonna be 75 cents. I'm in. Not quite big enough.
So I've stumbled upon what appears to be someone's just go backs, I think. Someone just like stuffed a bunch of the stuff that they thought they were gonna get and decided not to, just randomly in the men's uniform section. I happened to be walking by because there was a couple denim jackets here that caught my eye. And there's some really cool stuff here. This pair of overalls, which I think I'm gonna get because they're only gonna be like $5. These high-waisted jeans are really pretty. They are Gitanos, which is really tempting, but that price tag's a little bit too high for me. I mean, these denim jackets are pretty cool. They're just not quite what I'm looking for, but look at this hat. This little vintage French like beret, and it's new with tags. It's vintage. I mean, it's only $3. Oh, there's 2 of them. I think I have to get these 2. I really love them, but $6 for 2 hats? I don't know about that. Panic buy. I'm just gonna get them. Okay. There was a lot of good stuff in that little lot there. I also found this little vintage belt. It's super heavy, but we'll talk about it more in the game room. I am really excited about it, but I'm gonna spend a lot of money. Okay, there's nothing interesting in the men's jeans. I am gonna head to the home decor and dishes section. Go see what kind of mischief we can get into. Ooh, that's pretty. Calvin Klein. Very nice. I kind of want it. It's so cute.
Did you find anything?
Yeah, let me show it to you.
Oh, goodness. Oh, how sweet. You gonna get it?
No.
All right, well, let's get out of here. I didn't find anything.
Okay.
Not a thing. All right, I'm gonna give you one guess as to what we're having for dinner. Yeah, it's Chipotle. We just couldn't decide on anything else, so Chipotle it is. I might have just been more thirsty than I was hungry.
Oh, this is awkward.
What? Lol? Well, now we have 4 cups. I guess I took the 2 off there. She forgot she'd already put them on there. I would like to think that this burrito bowl is very well deserved because that's the longest day of thrifting we've done in a while.
I'm super hungry.
My legs are tired, but we're twinsies. Except she's not wearing hers because she hates me.
Oh.
All right, guys, we're back in the game room. We're sitting behind just a mountain of stuff, and I don't even know how to begin to tell you what all we got. So I guess let's just both switch back and forth picking an item and showing it off, and we'll just go through it that way because this is wild.
I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, I've got bags full of stuff, boxes full of stuff. I've got bubble gum machines. I'm not really sure what happened today, but you start, pick some up, show it off real quick.
I'll start with my favorite thing. I found another piece of my set.
Yeah, that's pretty. It is very worn out though.
Yeah.
All right, I've got, Jesus, what do I start with? Some video games in here, we'll save them for later, but I've been trying to buy more magazine holders. I did a video a week or so ago where I went to IKEA and bought tons and tons of magazine holders. And this one's bigger, it's longer than the standard ones, and I've got some like specific issues of specific magazines that the length of that will be perfect for. So that's one thing down, your turn.
I got a really heavy chain belt.
We've been debating as to whether or not to use it as a belt or use it as some bling.
Some ice, as the cool kids say. No.
No, that's diamonds.
Oops.
That's not what they say. But anyways, let's keep moving. I don't even know what to tell you. I got a deluxe glass cutter set, which is good because I've kind of worn out the glass cutter that I have. This comes with like some lubricant and tracing pencil. So random.
I got another bowl, but this one has a cow on it. It's so cute.
Very nice. It does. It has a big old cow on it. That's wild. All right. I'm going to have to take some of the stuff off the table because we're not going to be able to get to the stuff I'm more excited about. All right. I'll show you this next. It's like most of a computer. We've been looking for something specific to play Sims 2 on, and I went back and forth between trying to do the hard work that it would take to get it to work on Windows 10, which is a thing you can, but I kind of wanted to build an era-specific computer and max out all the hardware. And this is just something small form factor that'll fit over on my desk nicely and not take up a lot of room because we're not going to use it most of the time. But yeah, it's just a little HP. It didn't have the side panel on it, but that's okay because these show up all the time. I'll just buy another one. But I should be able to put some different, I should be able to put some different, well, it's probably broke now. I should be able to put some different RAM in there and really max it out. All right, your turn.
Some more nonsense. I got an Eeyore backpack. I'm actually fully expecting this to sell pretty quickly because on Depop, this stuffed animal backpacks are kind of a trend right now.
Yeah, well, and then just anything Winnie the Pooh, we sell it almost overnight every time.
And it's got a detachable tail.
It's supposed to come off?
Yeah.
It really is. It's like on a button. That's cool. All right. I got a backpack too, but I only got it to carry my stuff around, and then I just kind of paid for it and took it home with me. And now the zipper's stuck. And inside of it, I kind of tried to explain this while we were at Goodwill, why I buy so many puppets, but we've got my filmmaking buddies and I, we make films together. We've made films every year. We really want to make a puppet film, just plain and simple. We've got a really cool idea to do it in front of green screen and make it kind of spacey and stuff. So it's something we're not doing anytime in the super near future, but something we want to do one day. So I told those filmmaker friends, I'll collect some puppets, I'll make some puppets. And sure enough, I've made a dozen or so puppets, and then I've probably got another dozen or so that I've bought, like these guys, and then I've modified. Like I've put bigger, more puppety, cartoony eyeballs on. And yeah, it's weird, I know, but one of these days you're just gonna log on to this channel, there's gonna be a puppet movie, and you're gonna be like, what? And I'll be like, I told you so. That's what's gonna happen. All right, your turn.
I got just a few things clothing related. Got this pair of tiny black Levi's, which is always a good find. They're vintage 90s. I think there's...
It's more than one. She just pulled.
I was like, there's paper in this pocket.
You just pulled $2 out of those jeans. That's wild.
Paid for the jeans.
All right, well let's keep moving. This is probably one of the finds of the day. The Infinity Gauntlet. Look at it. Oh my God. I'm so stoked right now. I'm so stoked. All right, your turn. Hold on. I don't think it'll fit on the shelf right now.
No.
But I gotta find somewhere for that to go. I'm just, I might even, you know what? I don't think there's lights in there. I thought I might just drill into the back of it all around and put some lights in it. Make it light up on my shelf. That wouldn't be hard to do.
That'd be super cool.
All right.
I don't know how to top it after I found money in the last one.
Just quit. We're done.
I found this really 90s FUBU sweatshirt.
Oh, it's super 90s. I might have dibs on it. I like it so much.
It is super big. The back's cool too.
That's dope. Yeah, I might be having dibs on this one. It's just, if that ain't 90s, I don't know what is. All right. Jeez, I don't even know what to do. All right, so there's some leftover markers in this backpack, lol. All right, so I got a bag full of stuff. I don't even remember what's in it. You know you've messed up when you've got a bag full of stuff. Yeah, well, we can talk about these games real quick because these aren't particularly great. There was a whole bin of stuff that I started digging in, and a little bit too late, I noticed that it had a lot of like N64 games, et cetera, in. And I was able to get a couple N64 games. I think they're in the box over there. But I got a couple nothing games, some some Xbox 360 stuff. But I was actually able, I just don't know where it's all at. I got the box for Super Mario Maker, the original, and the booklet that comes with it. But of course, I didn't find the game. I did hear another guy while we were there say Super Mario Maker. So he might have actually got the game. I'm not sure what happened. But there was a big scramble, and I think I got 2 or 3 N64 games, and I saw another guy get one, and I have no idea what the game was. So, you know, I just don't know. Let me make sure, I just want to make sure the N64 games were in there. But yeah, so that was that inside this bag. And then one of 2 handfuls of GoPro parts that I got. I have bags full of GoPro parts, and I mount my cameras to everything. You've probably noticed this if you've watched the channel a bunch. But that is an original Xbox breakaway cable, which I can't keep enough of these in. Every time you find a controller at the Goodwill, it doesn't have this. So 1 bag of nonsense down. What did you get?
Woohoo! I got probably a t-shirt I'm probably going to keep because it just speaks to me, okay? But it says Land of the Java People.
Of the Java people.
Like coffee.
Yeah, weird. Weird. All right, that is pretty cool. Are you just going to wear that?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think I just want to keep it.
All right, you've done the bowl. I think next, how many more pairs of clothes you got? 3 or 4?
2, I think.
Run through your clothes, and then I'll run through the rest of the nonsense. All right, well, I guess I can go ahead and do this first real quick. The coolest bandana in my collection now.
I think it's sick.
What? I'll probably wear this on tomorrow's episode. It's fire. I mean, that's fire from the heavens, baby.
You're just going to have Taz right here.
I'll probably do little Taz's. Oh, and it's like a nice quality bandana, too. You know what I mean?
It's from 1996, by the way.
It's got the date on it?
It does.
All right, go through your clothes. I'm just going to rock Taz over here.
I got a pair of like cream-colored Rockies. Always a good day when I find some Rockies. Got those, and then I got some overalls. These are no excuses overalls. Some 90s babies here.
Very nice.
So
They look brand new.
they're pretty cool.
So let's go through the nonsense real quick. This is full of more GoPro stuff. It was $1.50. I just never leave GoPro accessories behind. I have more than I'll ever need, but at the same time, when you have so many and you go, man, this would work if I could just glue this to that, you don't really hesitate to glue something to something else when you have 25 of them. So that's kind of my thinking there. Oh, I don't even know what to do here. Wii power supply and nunchuck and controller sleeve. Games. I got a bunch of more like Wii manuals. There's several of them in here, and I buy them because I have been able to piece together complete inbox Wii's manuals and all probably a dozen times now since we started thrifting here in Phoenix. It's very easy to do. So I picked this stuff up. I've got a very specific box here in the house that I keep it in. And when I bring another Wii box in, I'll have the manuals to slip in there. The lone Wii board foot, I don't know why. One Wii remote, it's not a Wii Motion Plus, and it doesn't have its battery back, but there's more random loose GoPro stuff. Here's another Wiimote sleeve. And then a small pair of wall shears. It says Wall Peanut on it. I didn't even mean to buy it. I just picked it up and then didn't put it back. All right, let's go through video games. I didn't even mean to buy this. Is this? Yes, empty DVD case. Forget you saw that. Sometimes it's such a big mess in the clearance center that you've got to like rush and grab stuff and then look through it later. But we got out of there in such a hurry. I didn't really get a chance to look through everything that I got. So the 30th copy of Kinect Adventures that I have. Rayman, Raving Rabbids, the best game that's ever been made. We Fit. Slugfest 2004. I'm missing some games. The stuff that I got at the thrift stores isn't in here, I think. I'm not sure. We bought so much today that I'm not sure if if this is all of it. Freedom Fighters for the PS2. If you guys know anything about these games, let me know if I should play them or not. I don't know Freedom Fighters. I know Battlefield, haven't played it, but of course I'm familiar with it. I have like 30 copies of that. And I accidentally also bought a Blu-ray copy of Robin Hood. And then here is a PSP UMD of Black Hawk Down. Super excited about that, especially since I got it for a couple bucks. And then the Super Mario Bros. Super Show DVD. I already talked about it a little bit, but we collect these now. And we will be watching them. I think I have like half the series. Two more things in this box, not two more things total. What is this? I already have this, but I bought it anyways. Wallaby Country Club, because this is all sold by weight, so this is like 10 cents. And then, I don't know anything about this game, but Body Harvest.
That sounds dark.
Dark. Body Harvest. I don't know about it. Let me know below if it's any good. I'll put it in if you say so. All right, that's all of this. We have two more things though. I'm serious. I'm pretty sure we left like some video games in the car. All right, guys, hold on a second. Future Tendo butting in on past Tendo here real quick. I was saying we're missing something. I know we are. And of course we were, because I bought a projector. I bought a blue Wii. I don't know how I forgot that. I don't know how I was just sitting there going through all this stuff and forgot that. I knew the games were wrong, but I was kind of trying not to freak out about it because I figured it was just a Wii game or two. Turns out it was a lot of great PlayStation 1 games. So real quick, Birthday Party. What is it? Birthday Party Bash, covered up by a sticker. And then on the PlayStation 2, Snowblind. Very excited about that. Very excited to try that one out. And then a whole stack of PlayStation 1 games. Cool Borders 2. Extreme Pinball. PlayStation Greatest Hits, A Bug's Life. Super excited about that. Some OG Pixar. Cool Borders 3. I love finding PlayStation 1 stuff like this. Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX. And then a collection of Activision classic games for the Atari 2600. Sweet. So listen, add that to the list of games that you should comment below if you think I should play, or if maybe it's your favorite thing we found today, because near the top of my list of favorite things that I found today is definitely that Bugs Life game. Now, back to your regularly scheduled program. All right, I bought an Apple. I don't know if it works. We got it for $5 at the clearance center. They priced it out for us. And if it does work, you can expect a video about it soon. Not really about it. If you recall, if you're about my age or older, you might recall that there were a couple stock games on these Macs back in the day. And I remember playing them at length at my cousin's house. I seem to recall a game with a dinosaur with like a laser on his backpack and he ran around shooting stuff. And I recall another game too, but it's been so long. But I'm very excited about it. So if I can get this to work and the games are on it, I'll probably just be making a video of playing those games and kind of reviewing them and reminiscing about them. That'll be fun. Oh my God, it's heavy. All right. The last thing is a yellow gumball machine, and we're going to assemble it here on the channel. But first, all right. This is a yellow gumball machine. It doesn't really match my yellow shelves perfectly, but and also it needs some repairs. It's missing a bolt right here, so I couldn't quite get it together very straight. But it's gonna sit together about like that. And then the only other problem I'm gonna have is the dice right now are gonna wanna fall down in there. So I think I'm gonna take a couple of these bigger dice and plug those holes. And then, Hannah, I think oops, see, that's what I meant. It fell right out the bottom. Gotta get those plugged up. I think you should go get me a big pair of scissors. Go get me a big Fiskars scissors. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep putting these big ones here because these are just gonna fall right out. I had you grab those because I think we'd be here hours if I tried to just pour all these out of this bottle, so I'm just gonna surgery it. This machine needs a little bit of work because it's missing its flap, but I have some pretty standard cutting tools, metal cutting tools around. So I think I'll make a project out of it one of these days and fix this thing up, build a stand for it, put a replacement door. Yeah, so that...
Where does that go?
That goes straight up the middle. That's the base that the stand goes on. And then when you put the lid on, that rod that I just stuck through the middle, there's a little locking nut that locks it onto that stem. And that's what holds the whole thing sandwiched together. It's also missing that nut, so I've got to refabricate one, but it won't be difficult. It's, again, pretty standard parts. But the funny thing about this is I kind of quit bringing so many dice home because I didn't want to just keep filling random containers with them. But I'm basically, what I plan on doing now is filling this with really pretty dice that I like and kind of phasing out some of the basic white dice and just having a nice collection of dice to dig through that, you know, to get dice when I need them for a game or something. But because I've got some nice ones. I've got some nice Magic dice. I've got some nice really vintage dice. I've got some dice that my grandmother gave me because she kind of collected them a bunch when I was growing up too. But I think we're just gonna let it go. So dope. Isn't that beautiful?
I'm just having on enough.
I know. Well, I brought almost all these home from the clearance center, from the bins, so we'll just be looking for more. Oh, I don't think that's gonna fit. Actually, you know what? I bet if we put it in first. It's such a big dice. There we go. Perfect. And this one's, that's not gonna go in there, is it?
No.
Like at all? All right, it'll go for now. This is a hunk of metal. My brother welded it together just messing around at work one day. And he didn't really put the numbers on the right sides, like he didn't look it up, but it is real cool. So one day I was at the house, I was like, what is this? He's like, oh, I made it at work goofing around. You can have it. And I was like, well, I like dice. I'll take it. So it is now and forever part of my dice collection. That's why that's a problem. Look at this big wooden dice. We need a bigger gumball machine, I guess. And there it is. That's probably the best thing I've brought home in months. I know I have some random proclivities that are hard to explain. But this one's kind of nostalgic because, like I said, my grandmother collects them. And you know what? My grandfather died not very long ago. We're coming up on a year next month. And I've been thinking about him a lot. And something he did that I just thought was brilliant. He had a giant gumball machine, and it was red. It was very traditional. It looked about like what you would expect it to look like. And this was right before I left home, so 2012, 2013, in those years somewhere. And he said, come here now, I need your help. I wish you knew him because that was a perfect impression. But he had a big block of foam, and he said, cut this to about an inch away from the sides for the center of this gumball machine. And so what I did was I cut this block and left about a half-inch, quarter, or maybe 3/4 of an inch on each side of the square. And then he filled around the foam block with marbles. He wanted his gumball machine to be filled with marbles, but he was very elderly at the time, and he didn't want it to be super heavy so he could move it when he needed to. And so we filled it all around the edge with marbles. You couldn't see the foam in the back. It was just thick enough that it was hid behind the marbles. So there was this beautiful gumball machine at my grandparents' house full of marbles, and now I've made my very own full of dice. I think he'd be very proud of it. I think if I went home next week and he were still there and I showed him a picture, he'd be tickled. But that is it, guys. That is everything we got. I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say this was my favorite day of thrifting ever.
Yeah.
I think this was our best thrift day ever.
Yeah. This is like what makes it so much fun to like do this, is days like this where you're just like, yeah, that's why we do this.
It's always fun on days like this, but then you wake up the next day and walk into this mess. You can't see it because I've cut it off the camera. But there's a large mess here. It's the next days that you wake up and go, I'm a hoarder.
What have we done?
I am a hoarder. Now, what should I do with this is the next question. I think it might be a little bit too tall currently to actually go on top of my shelves, which is what I originally planned. There's a shelf over here that I haven't painted yet that it could sit on. And then I had a really nice comment one day suggesting that I use this other random bookshelf I keep kind of off of the game room. Someone suggested I fill it with nonsense, like actual glorified nonsense. Like just bring the most random things home I can and make it more of a conversation piece. And ever since that comment, I've been thinking really hard about actually doing that. Because it's already got some like, you remember the episode we shot, I don't know how long ago now, but it was another good episode where we bought a box full of vintage Pepsi cans and stuff. I've got a few of those over there. I think this would be a nice addition to that shelf. So I think that's something we'll do. That'll be a conversation piece. Yeah, I'm excited to work on it. It doesn't quite sit together right because it needs some modifications here, but it's all stuff I'm capable of. I can do some light metal work to create a door for it. I couldn't be more excited.
I'm really happy for you for this one because you've been looking for this for a really long time and you've come across several gumball machines. You're like, I wish it was yellow. I don't know. Like, should I just get it? And then you're like, no, I'm going to hold out.
Yeah.
So when you found this, I was just, I was really happy for you.
Yeah, same. Just ecstatic. And honestly, I want a bigger one. To be honest with you, if we had more space, you know the ones when you were a kid that you put a quarter in and it did this all the way down? I want one of those full of dice. Like, that's the ultimate plan. And I think even just to be extra, I'll even fill that tunnel tube, the tube all the way down with dice. I think that's kind of what I've always pictured. But one of these days, I'll find a yellow one of those. And hopefully by then, we have a much bigger space to do what we do in. And it'll make more sense then. But for now, for this little game room, this is my favorite thing in the room. I'm just ecstatic about it. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I know this was a long one. I appreciate you sticking with us. I want to say an extra thank you because, you know, YouTube, when you're a YouTuber, it gives you analytics. It tells you how many people are watching. It tells you the deepest details. Some of them you don't even want to know. But it tells you how long people watch your videos on average. So, you know, a really good average is a little less than half, and we always get a little bit more than half, so our average is really good. But when I post the longer videos, it's our highest retention rate. You guys watch the most when it's really long episodes. I don't understand it. I don't know what's wrong with you, but thanks for it. Also, here's one I forgot. You see my bracelet? It's beautiful. Hannah doesn't like it.
It's pretty. It's fine.
She's jealous. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us for this long video. Now, before you go, do me a few favors. Join our Discord. The link is below. It's a community chat forum where we show off stuff like this. If you've got any weird stuff like this that you collect, come to the Discord and show me. I want to see stuff weirder than this. What do you collect that's different? It doesn't have to be gaming. It can be gaming. I like oddly specific things that people collect. It's one of my favorite things. And the more I am out and about and I run into some of you guys in public, which has been happening more and more often now, I like talking to you guys about what you collect. And I've heard some cool ones. I've heard some really cool ones. I want you to join our Discord and tell us the weird things you collect. Next, I need you to do the biggest favor that you could do for your boy Tindo. Hit that subscribe button. We're climbing in subs. We just passed 1,000, and I want to get to like at least 2,000 in the next month or two and just keep the momentum going. So please sub if you haven't already. And then everybody that is subbed, you can hit that notification bell and all that does. If you don't know, I'm sure most of you know, but if you don't know and you hit that bell next to the sub button, it will turn notifications on when we post videos. So tomorrow we'll probably post another random thrifting video where I buy nonsense, where I buy absolute nonsense. And you can get a notification whenever I post that video. And at that exact moment, you can come back and hang out with me and Hannah. And until then, guys, peace out.